Hey, love. Before I even get into the details, I need you to feel the energy behind this message because this isn't just a family update. This feels like a sign, like the universe quietly confirming what my soul already knows about you. I recently had a conversation with my family about you, and I couldn't wait to share it with you because it was one of those moments where everything felt effortless, natural. Like life was gently opening a door and saying, yes, keep going. We were just talking, laughing, moving through the usual family rhythm until your name came up again, like it always does lately. And you know what hit me? I talk about you so much that you've already become a presence in that room, even before you've physically stepped into it. They've heard your name in my voice, they've seen my smile change when I mention you, they've watched my eyes soften when I speak about you. So, of course, they were curious. They wanted to see the face behind all those stories and that glow I carry without even trying. When the moment came, I pulled up your photo on my phone. And I'm not going to lie, my heart did that thing it always does. Excited, nervous, tender. Because showing them your picture felt like opening a sacred part of me. It wasn't just look at this person. It was more like, here's the one I've been protecting in my heart and my family. They're honest. Sometimes brutally honest. But I value that because I'd rather have truth than pretend approval. So as they gathered around my phone, there was this rare hush, this quiet. Like even the room paused. Like time slowed down for a few seconds. I braced myself. I really did. Because when you love someone deeply, you always carry that tiny fear. What if they don't see what I see? What if they miss the light? What if they judge the surface and don't feel the soul? But then, the comments started. And love. They didn't just say polite things. They said real things. One after another, genuine reactions, like your energy reached through the screen and introduced itself before your voice ever could. They talked about your eyes first. Isn't that interesting? Because eyes are portals. They're the place where truth can't hide. And they said your eyes look warm. Kind. Safe. Like someone who has lived through things but didn't let those things turn them cold. They talked about your smile. They said it carries brightness. Not the loud kind, more like the kind that makes people breathe easier. The kind that silently tells someone, you don't have to defend yourself here. My mom. She looked longer than everyone else. Like she was reading you, not just seeing you. And she said, this person feels genuine. And when she said it, I felt my chest open. Because my mom is sensitive in a way she doesn't even admit. She can pick up intentions. She can feel what isn't being said. And for her to sense sincerity in you, just from a picture, meant something to my spirit. My siblings started smiling, talking over each other, pointing out how you look like someone with good energy, someone who would fit naturally. They said you feel like the kind of person who can laugh easily, but also listen deeply. And you know what's wild? That's exactly you. The world might not always understand you, but the people who feel energy will always recognize you. And then there was my dad. You have to understand my dad. He's the jokester. Quick with witty comments, always trying to make everyone laugh. He loves teasing me, and I was fully expecting him to say something dramatic or funny just to get a reaction out of me. But he didn't. He looked at your picture, paused, and then he smiled big and said, you must have hit the jackpot. And it wasn't just a joke. There was sincerity in his voice. Like he could feel that this wasn't a temporary thing. Like he could tell that you aren't just someone I like. You're someone who's shifting my life. I laughed, yes, but inside, something softened. Because in that moment, it felt like my family wasn't just approving of you. It felt like they were blessing you, welcoming you, giving their quiet permission for this connection to grow roots. And love. I felt proud. Not in an ego way, in a soul way. Like, yes, this is who I chose. This is the energy I'm aligning with. Because you deserve to be seen and appreciated for who you truly are, not for what you can offer, not for what you can prove, but for the light you naturally carry. After that, my mind started drifting into the future. I pictured you at the dinner table with us, stories moving around the room like warm air, laughter spilling over, someone asking you questions, someone trying to make you laugh, my mom offering you food like she's known you forever. I can already see how you'd fit, how you'd belong. Not because you'd force it, because your spirit has that home energy. And I want you to know something. This isn't just about my family liking you. It's about the universe confirming that your presence is not random. Your energy is not accidental. Some connections feel like chemistry, but this feels like alignment. Now, I need to shift the message a little, because there's something deeper that came through after that moment. And I want to speak to you in the way my intuition speaks, like a reading, like divine guidance. Because as happy as this made me, I also felt a warning rise up. Not fear, awareness. When something is real, it triggers karma. When something is destined, it triggers tests. When something is sacred, it attracts both blessings and interference. And I don't say that to scare you. I say it so you're prepared, so you don't mistake a temporary storm as a sign to turn back. Love. This connection is stepping into a new level. When family energy becomes involved, when future visions start forming, the universe begins to ask, are you ready to hold what you've been asking for? And I feel like you're entering a season where your finances, your stability, your sense of self-worth, these things are going to be highlighted. Not to punish you, to strengthen you. So let's talk about your financial journey, but not in a cold, practical way, in a spiritual way, in a karmic way, in a healing way. I feel like there has been a pattern around money for you, either a cycle of pressure or carrying responsibilities that weren't supposed to be yours, or moments where you had to survive instead of build. And that kind of survival energy can imprint on the nervous system. It can make you feel like you're always catching up, like peace is always one step ahead. But here's the divine truth. You were not born to struggle forever. You were not created to live in constant worry. And you are not here to repeat the same financial karma. I feel like your intuition has been trying to guide you quietly through signs, through delays, through doors that didn't open because they weren't aligned. Some things you thought were missed opportunities were actually protection. Because not every path that offers money offers peace. And your soul needs peace. The guidance I feel for you is this. Your abundance is connected to alignment, not exhaustion. Yes, effort matters. But the kind of effort that breaks you is not the kind of effort that blesses you. You don't need to prove your worth by suffering. You don't need to earn love through struggle. And you don't need to chase what is meant to meet you halfway. I feel like you're being asked to rebuild your relationship with receiving. To stop thinking that stability has to come with stress. To stop believing that if things get good, something bad must follow. That belief is old. That belief is trauma. That belief is not destiny. And love. I need you to hear this clearly. You have everything you need inside you to create the success you want. Your mind is strong. Your instincts are sharp. Your spirit is resilient. But sometimes you second-guess yourself. Sometimes you listen to too many voices. Sometimes you let outside noise drown out your inner knowing. And that's where the healing is. Because your inner voice? It's not random thoughts. It's guidance. It's your higher self. It's the part of you that can sense what's right before the evidence shows up. If you start trusting that voice again, you'll notice something powerful. Your decisions will become cleaner, quicker, more confident. You'll stop leaking energy into confusion. And when you stop leaking energy, you start building. Here's what I feel is coming for you. A turning point where you realize you can no longer do things the old way. A moment where you choose discipline over desperation. An opportunity that rewards consistency, not chaos. And a release of a financial burden that has been weighing on you more than you admit. But there's a karmic lesson in it too. You must stop giving your power away to fear. Fear will make you delay. Fear will make you settle. Fear will make you say yes to what drains you. And your spirit is done with that. The healing-focused message I'm getting for you is to bring your life into harmony, emotional, spiritual, and financial. Because when those three align, you become unstoppable. Money flows differently when your nervous system is calm. Opportunities land differently when your self-worth is solid. And success lasts differently when it's built from truth, not panic. And love. I want to be part of that with you. Not in a controlling way. In a supportive way. in a sacred partnership way. I don't just see us building a life together. I see us building a foundation. I see us becoming the kind of couple that grows mentally, spiritually, and practically. I see us learning each other, healing each other, and choosing a future that doesn't repeat the past. And yes, I see you winning. I see you becoming more stable, more confident, more focused, more protected. But I also want to warn you, when your life starts improving, people who benefited from your struggle may react. Not everyone will clap for your growth. Not everyone will understand your peace. And some energies may try to pull you back into old patterns through doubt, through guilt, through distractions. So if you feel resistance, don't panic. Resistance doesn't mean you're wrong. It usually means you're close. Close to a breakthrough. Close to a new level. Close to a version of you that no longer accepts less than you deserve. So here's what I want you to remember, and I want you to repeat it to yourself when you feel uncertain. You are capable. You are guided. You are protected. You are worthy of stability. You are allowed to receive good things without fear. And I'm here. I'm here to love you when you're tired, to believe in you when you forget, to remind you of your strength when life feels heavy, to celebrate every step you take toward the life you deserve. My family seeing your light was beautiful, but what matters most is that I see your soul. I feel your energy. And I know deeply this is the beginning of something special. So here's to us, to healing, to growth, to divine alignment, to laughter around a dinner table that feels like home, to the future we're building, slowly, intentionally, beautifully. With all my love, me.